And then we top that off with some freshly brewed Japanese green tea. And then we'll be ready to go for another, few hours and get this content rolling. It's still a little too hot. That's burn your lips and tongue hot right now. But there's a market called Rimping, which is a huge open market. You can find anything you want there. Sweet for me. yeah. Well, they usually look like you'll get the rice and the sticky rice and the mango, and then they drizzle. Is it coconut milk on top? I think something like that, and just the whole thing combined is just super sweet. And so I don't do that. But a couple sliced up mangoes, it's a lot of calories to take on. The one downside on mango, just in case anybody didn't know, is it will make you very gassy. So, don't do anything important the next day that you need to be in public for if you're going to down a bunch of mango. But yeah, that honey on there is really good. Coconut milk mixed with condensed milk. That makes sense on why it's super sweet like that. Yeah, I try to stay eating pretty healthy up here. One thing I will mention is if you're visiting Thailand or living in Thailand, your diet, like the typical Thai diet, I would recommend that you take a multivitamin, just a general multivitamin every day, because there are some things that, like a general Thai diet, you're lacking and you have deficiencies in, and it really has to do with cellular health. So if you're visiting or if you live here, consider picking up a multivitamin for sure. Oh no, we're gonna get back to content. I'm just taking a little bit of a food break and keeping chat open so I can talk to you guys while we're doing this, and then we're gonna hop right back into it. Yeah, I'm mostly just talking about food, a couple things I like if I'm going for street vendors. It's called Pad Pak, and it's basically a vegetable stir fry. And I'll get that pretty frequently, just because you don't have to get the rice with it, and so you're just eating essentially, stir-fried vegetables. PvP training tonight. What kind of PvP training is happening tonight? Yeah, that's essentially what I'm doing. So last time I visited, I was here for a year. When I got here, I'd come from the U.S. and I was like 250 pounds, right? When I left a year later, I was at 220. So I lost 30 pounds in a year, and that I was impressed. That was a lot, and I was eating pretty slim. But yeah. As long as you're not eating a bunch of junk food and going to the bakery all the time, you're good. because it's easy to go the wrong way in Thailand too if you're, you know. But if you eat wisely and just don't destroy a whole bunch of rice all the time, you're fine. But I also incorporated some things into my stream that really help. For example, when I'm playing Albion, every time I die, I do 20 push-ups. You know, so if I'm doing like lethal content, every time I die, I'm like, crap, 20 more, crap, 20 more. And so that helps, you know, just keeping the physical activity going along with the stream. And the other thing is in the mornings, and the reason why I don't stream early in the morning is usually the first thing I do is I go to the gym and then take a shower. So I do the gym and kind of go through a regular workout routine in the mornings because, you know, Twitch streaming, gaming full time, it's a very sedentary lifestyle. So I got to figure, you know, ways to kind of keep things in check. But in Thailand, it gets so hot and it's humid all the time so quickly that, like, if I hear somebody say, I'm going to go out for a run and they're from the U.S. and they're coming to visit Thailand, I'm like, bro, take a water bottle. Good luck. I'm not doing that with you. Because, dude, I've tried it and I felt like I was going to friggin' die. Now, on the flip side, there are a lot of beautiful parks, national parks up here in Chiang Mai with, like, waterfalls, trails, like all kinds of stuff. If you want to go out and spend a day, like, hiking and seeing that kind of thing, it's beautiful. And there's plenty of places to go, for sure. But at the same time, this is not like a trail in the U.S. Like, there's going to be, like, some steep stuff. And then, yeah, there's a pathway and whatnot, but it's not designed for, you know, the guy that decides randomly I'm going to go on a hike after 4 years of not doing any physical activity in mind. Like, you need to be at least in some shape to do some of those longer treks that are in some of these parks, and they're rough. But it's beautiful. It's worth it. I mean, it's not overly touristed up here in Chiang Mai. You pay local entrance fees, dude. That's not fair. I gotta pay that foreigner price every time they hit me with that. Yeah. Lol. That's hilarious, bro. Nah, they just look at me and they see white blonde hair and they're like, 120 baht, please. I'm like, okay, yeah. Or the other hilarious part is, you know, I've been here so long that, like, some of the regular shopkeepers that I see all the time, they know me. But it's hilarious when, like, one of the peddlers comes through to sell some stuff and they try to hassle me, and then the shop owner's like, hey, he lives here, that's a local, leave him alone. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, that's one thing. If you're loyal to a shop and you go there frequently, the people that work the shop will look out for you if you're a foreigner, for sure. I really love the way that the people are here. Super nice, and in a total of 4 years living in Thailand over the course of my life thus far, I've never had an issue or altercation or anything like that with anyone. It's been very pleasant thus far. I mean, there was a time when I was learning Muay Thai, and those dudes get a little intense. But that was the only thing I can think of that, you know, if I see a lot of aggression. But I mean, that's what you're meant to. You're learning Muay Thai, so. Oh, God. Thanks for blasting that on Twitch. Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I find very important here is just, you know, you don't want somebody to lose face. Humbling is a very smart thing to do.
I'll always be here.
Just respect people, and they'll respect you, and that's...
Is that what you want to do?
Maybe.
Are you happy now? Look what you've done. What are you guys up to?
I'm getting up my gathering.
Nice, dude. I'm still gathering too.
I'm just gathering in the mist, man. I'm like still T4, so I'm just getting everything.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah, that's true. You know, I've only been to Laos once. I just did a visa run like a couple years back. This was like before COVID. All right. Mango and honey is done. Another tip I'll give you is if you are eating some food anywhere in Thailand, really, and you're done or you're going to take a little break, buy a roll of saran wrap and saran wrap that shit up, because the ants will come out of nowhere and you'll look back and there will be an army feasting on your food. So that's just a small tip for anybody that's going to come visit. Saran wrap is going to be you and your food's best friend. All right. Well, let's get back.
Do you guys use the zone, like our main zone, a lot?
Like the HO?
Just like the zone.
Yeah, FV and the...
No, I mean the open map. Like the...
Oh, the open map.
Well, we got 11 people in the stream right now. Welcome, everybody. It's funny, we stopped talking about food while eating some mango, and we doubled the viewer count. So for all the people that are watching right now,
not in RHO.
You
like
Discord real quick.
RHO.
There we go. So basically, what we got going on today is we're going to be doing some open world Black Zone content throughout the day. And then later on, once the rest of the people get here, we're waiting on one person actually. We're going to be doing some 4VX content in the Roads of Avalon. And we may do some in the Black Zone. Just around prime time, the groups are too big for us to do 4VX. Alright, just check. Yep, all the we're gonna head back to the we're gonna head back to the T7 zone. Yeah, about 5 hours is when the official 4VX starts, but we're gonna probably start before then just to get some content in earlier. But the official 4VX time is in 5 hours. I mean, basically, as long as there's 4 people that want a 4VX, I will 4VX all day. Like, that's, you know, that's just me. Like, as a healer, I will do that all day. until I start getting tired. And if I feel myself getting tired, I'll usually say, hey, I'm done for the day or whatever. And that's mostly because if I'm tired as a healer, I'm putting my party at risk. And, alright, let me message the other people and see what's up. Because I took a little bit of a break and made some food and that kind of stuff. And I think it's been about a half hour since I last talked to him. We'll leave that guy to do his stuff. That guy was dismounted running from a long way off. I'm in Bangkok time. I mean, I'm in Chiang Mai, but, you know, BKK time. It is 3:36 p.m. right now. Solos are trash. The groups are pretty good if you get a purple chest. I mean, solos are in a hole are in a really bad spot right now. No, I mean strictly solo dungeons. Solo boss layers are great right now. Those are in a good spot, but you need to do open world content to be able to access them. I just inspected that guy. That was a rat. Pretty standard. Purge armor, mage armor. He's just much higher tier. Not really trying to mess with all that. I'm mostly looking for like star mobs, circle upgraded stuff that I can kill for fame. I really don't want to waste my time on the smaller stuff. We're coming up empty on boss layers on this little run. I'm waiting on replies from people right now, Lemon. Little trick there to open chests that still have mobs on them, by the way. If you ever need to do that and you have Guardian Helmet, you can just pop it and open the chest. I actually did that to Rajaiah in Avalonian Roads earlier. But this zone's pretty dead right now. Nothing going on. There's a green core and a small chest, but the small chest is right at the T8 exit. So that means anybody can take it and just pop through the exit. Alright, so we've got over 500,000 fame in those books. This is going to be 300,000 fame, 150k fame, and 200k fame. So we got about 1,000,000 fame in books right now that we can pump into something. So let's see what we're working on. It's probably going to be a staff of some type, and I don't think we've done Night Helm yet in the helms that we were working on. Let me check. No, it looks like I started it and didn't. And then this boot's at 80. So we can do that. Let's take these off. And we'll put our prowling on. Because I do want to level up prowling. And then we'll try to finish the Mistwalker jacket out as well. So that's kind of what I'd like to do. But I should probably do the Blight. And Graveguard. And Merc Shoes. This is my PvP build that I'm typically use right here. And I kind of want to get it ready at max spec and pretty close on the armors, just way off on the Blight right now. Alright, so that got us to 85. Do another 500,000. And 200k. So that gets us to 86 on the boots, 88 on the jacket, 86 on the Graveguard, and we're at almost 60 on the Blight. Not bad. Not bad, plus all the fame credits that we gained. Which, if we look at that, we got another 500k on top of the 1,000,000 that we just spent. And we have been dumping that into our nature staffs pretty much consistently right here. So I really need to finish the one-hand nature. So I'm going to swap up my one-hand real quick. Do have that one-hand nature, but I did loot a T5 one. So we're going to turn this into a 5.2 real quick. Let me go my resources here. So many runes. Guess I'm running out of the other runes.
Chance, 90% skill, and my power of
Oh.
will.
Good. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, before I do this, I should re-roll it.
Quality work.
There we go. 2 rolls to excellent. I like it.
You have my utmost.
Oh, I could have bought
attention.
one for that, for sure. Well, half that. But I got it as a drop, so that's why I'm like, I guess I'll upgrade it and use it. Oops. Alright, I'm in the slot.
Unveil your secret.
Alright, there we go. Upgrade that.
Element.
Upgrade that. Now we got ourselves a 5.2 nature. This one's really good because of the burst on it. As long as you coordinate that burst with, you know, so there's a passive on the one-hand nature here that, so after the fourth spell cast, I'm going to get a healing cast by 20% for 3 seconds. So if you can coordinate that passive with your burst heal, then it's a huge burst heal, you know. So really, really good. if you can do that. It's just you kind of got to count in your head 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, burst 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I can burst every time you're doing spells with the one hand nature, and that kind of helps out. As long as you're kind of mentally that's where you're at. The more and more is going on, like on the screen, and more players you're trying to heal and that kind of thing. Yeah, it does get harder to do that, but just calm down and just 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I can burst, and you don't always need to when you're going through that cycle. But if it's up and people are low in health, and you mentally you checked off that you did that fourth one, that burst to all those players is going to have 20% more healing, which can definitely help stabilize a group that's taking a lot of damage. What is this? It's just maps, resources, runes, and like stuff that needs to go to town. Like everything here, besides the runes, relics, and souls, like that stuff I'll probably keep, just because I want to use it for upgrades on items that I have at the hideout. Sometimes you get an item and you're like, oh, I need that, but it's not the right tier. And having runes, souls, and relics just on hand to be able to do that really helps out a lot. Alright. So yeah, we're just going to switch the build up a little bit just to finish off the one-hand nature. I'm going to check real quick to see if people are ready to go on the 4VX. So we'll do a quick check.